Now I know what you're probably thinking. Would Jesus Christ himself use this rifle in the second coming? I don't know. But I do know that this is the best airsoft rifle to come out of 2019 so far. And especially for an AEG, it's incredible. I love it. Immediately, the first thing you'll notice is the aesthetic. That's the first thing that comes to mind when you see this gun. At first you think M4, and then you're like, wait, Vector? And then you're like, wait a second, that's like a Vector and an M4. I love that about this gun. It's not even based off a real gun. Obviously, if you know anything about weapons whatsoever, you'll notice that. It's extremely comfortable to use. The weight distribution on it is great. It just feels so natural when you're holding it. The ambidextrous fire selector is nice, especially when I'm switching hands. What at first I thought was a gimmick, the electric blowback system, is actually really enjoyable. It's not obnoxious in any way. If you don't know how it works, there's like a spring inside the front of the barrel, and it imitates like a blowback, obviously, but it's not like gas in any way. And you don't notice it if you look at someone firing it unless you look close enough. But when you're firing it, you'll immediately notice the difference, and I find it really enjoyable. Like, it just adds to the whole experience, really. There are some issues though. The price point, it's not too pricey, but it's not too cheap. I guess it's just about right, really. It's just mid-range. But it's $380 USD, so if that's within your price range, then I'd say go for it. Stock, it comes with it comes set up as a 1-point for your sling. That's kind of annoying, but you do get rails that you can attach on to set up as a 2-point if you'd like, which is probably what I'm gonna do. You can't use this gun without a sling. It's full aluminum and it's definitely a heavy boy. You probably won't be able to go around walking for an hour with this thing without your arms just getting tireder and tireder. I haven't had any issues with it, nor have I heard any complaints of anyone with it, except for the C variant. The C variant is kind of a CQB variant. It's got a shorter barrel and a completely different stock. That changes the weight distribution dramatically in ways that I immediately noticed. I met someone with it at a field, and I asked him if I could check it out, and so we kind of traded, and the gun sort of leans forward just because of the heavy aluminum barrel, and the mag well is completely aluminum, which is where you actually put your hand. Like, that's the stock, like kind of where you're supposed to grip it, and that pretty much the center of the weight of the weapon is just forward, so it always feels like it's tipping forward, and you kind of have to fight it to pull it up. I'm assuming this is because the stock is like literally just kind of non-existent. It's super light. And I also had a jamming issue where I asked him about it, and he said yeah, he's been having jamming issues. It might just be his rifle, but the C variant, I wouldn't go for it if you're going for this gun. The standard AEG-3 is the one you're going to want to be picking up. When I first saw this at SHOT Show 2018, there were some minor differences. I'm not exactly sure which ones it was. I think it might have just been with like the mock suppressor that I don't think was there. That's something that I assume they added for shipping reasons. But when I attempt to take it off, it just doesn't, like, you just expose the inside of like the barrel. It's like, which is, you think that's what you want, but it's like you need to switch out your barrel for it to actually work, or just get a new like tip. But overall, this has to be my favorite weapon I've ever used, and it is definitely my primary for a long time. It is definitely going to be my primary for a long time. If you guys want me to do a kind of a breakdown video where I go more in depth on the internals on this gun, let me know, and I'll do it.